If you've been thinking about relocating to the Boise, Idaho area, today we are going to give you 7 incredible reasons why Eagle, Idaho should potentially be #1 for all the suburbs on your list here in the Treasure Valley, Idaho. Let's get after it right now. Okay, reason #1 why you should consider relocating to Eagle, Idaho is because it's really nice. And I get it, that sounds really lame, like what does she mean by it's really nice? But it seriously is. It is so beautiful and so clean and out of all of our suburbs. And let me just say, I think every local government here in the Treasure Valley, Idaho is really doing a great job of being a nice, clean suburb. But Eagle, Idaho, it just takes the cake. It is known here locally for being the premier suburb. The price point reflects that. It is a little bit on the higher end, and we will get into all of that. But you guys, when you are driving through Eagle, Idaho, your jaw is just going to hit the floor. There is no trash anywhere. There is no graffiti anywhere. It smells fresh and clean. The sidewalks are literally the color of concrete, okay? The streets are really nice. It's not like littered with junk and gunk everywhere. It is just so nice. They're putting in a ton of effort into our cute little downtown, eclectic shopping, local restaurants and stores to make everything just look a little bit more pretty and have a little bit more class and oomph. I don't know, Ken, how do you just describe like really nice if you're trying to show people and explain the smell and the beauty and the cleanliness and just like the Idaho country classy air? Like, how do they do it all?
Yeah,
I
think you did it fantastically.
Well, thank you.
Is that a word, fantastically?
Fantastically. Well, we both went to school in California public schools, and my guess is most of you watching did too, so we might be able to get away with making up some of our own words here on the Living in Idaho YouTube channel. You know, I changed location for reason #2 because we actually filmed this house. It's coming up on the channel soon. So we're gonna bounce around a little bit and you can get a little sneak peek of how pretty this home is. Reason #2, Eagle, Idaho is more established than many of the other suburbs. And why does that matter? In general, when you are driving around Eagle, Idaho, you are going to see neighborhoods with very mature and lush landscaping. I'm talking gorgeous, gorgeous tree-lined streets, big growth bushes, mature flowers. The landscaping is just different. It hits very different here in Eagle, Idaho. In the Treasure Valley, because we are farm country, a lot of the new communities are on land that was every season plowed down flat, right? And then you'd have Farmer John's home, and that would have trees around it to kind of help with some of the wind and protect the farm. But overall, most of the communities here in the Treasure Valley, Idaho are built on sprawling flatland. So you do get these big, beautiful skies and you see the surrounding Treasure Valley, but as you're driving through the communities, you're gonna see brand new baby trees, brand new bushes, small little clusters of flowers here and there. Unless the developer put in a ton of fresh new landscaping and effort, it's all gonna look pretty new. And in Eagle, Idaho, the growth was there and established much earlier than the rest of the Treasure Valley. So hands down, the beauty with those older established trees, it's just nothing else like it here in the Treasure Valley. In addition to that, throughout most of Eagle, Idaho, you're going to have a lot less new construction because it is older and more established. And what's amazing about that? Well, I just saw a post the other day in the Star Idaho community group. Someone was asking, can it please be outlawed to work on the new highway from 11:30 p.m. to 6 a.m. because it is keeping their entire neighborhood up all night long. People are having trouble putting their kiddos to sleep or keeping them asleep, babies in the night, like they are hearing construction all night long, or people in the newer communities are complaining because where Farmer John was, now a new neighborhood's going in, so they're being woken up at 7 a.m. with construction. Throughout most of Eagle, Idaho, you're not going to get that. The other reason why there is less construction is because they are building less homes. It's more home on more land, more custom homes, which we'll discuss again later on in this video. So when you do have construction, it's not quite as much and it's not for quite as long, and usually it's more your 1 or 2 custom homes here and there. There are new developments going in throughout Eagle, Idaho, but it's just nothing compared to some of those other suburbs. Would you agree, Ken?
Absolutely, 100%.
All right, let's go find our new location for number 3. Reason number 3, and I don't know if you guys can hear this. This is not grass, it is turf, because this home is a lock and leave and literally in a walkable suburb surrounded by all of the restaurants and things. I'm so excited for them to see this home soon. All right, you guys, Eagle, Idaho. I'm gonna contradict myself a little bit because I just said it's more established, so you have the beautiful, more mature trees and landscaping. On the flip side of that, the new construction, the master plan communities in Eagle, Idaho, nothing in the Treasure Valley can even come close to what these new master plan communities in Eagle, Idaho are like compared to any other suburb. So we've got Legacy, Terraview, Avamore. You guys, Legacy, I always describe Legacy as a community with Disneyland flower landscaping. The developers knew if they were going to compete with the resale homes and resale communities in Eagle, Idaho, that they had to go really, really big. Truthfully, outside of like Palm Desert, California, bighorn communities with like multi-millionaires, I have never ever seen anything like what I have seen the developers put into the new communities in Eagle, Idaho. They are so unique and so beautiful. I mean, you drive through the neighborhood and you just have these massive waterfall features, huge water features in ponds and lakes, huge, and I mean one after another, beautiful flower displays. It is absolutely incredible. People loved Legacy so much that they are now building Terraview, all of the homes back up to ponds, and they are doing the same thing again. Big, beautiful Disneyland epic style flower displays. And then Avamore, you guys. Avamore is an Eagle, Idaho community tucked in the foothills, and it is just miles and miles of foothill trails. You can go ATV, wheeling and riding. You can go hunting there. It is absolutely one of the most beautiful communities, and everything they are building out there, all of the retail, everything, it blends in with the foothills. It's all designed very much like, it makes me think of Arizona. If you go to Scottsdale, Arizona, you'll notice that all of the retail blends in with the scenery, and they use colors that reflect the nature in the area. It is like that in Avamore. I mean, each neighborhood is so unique. We have built a resource with an interactive map where you can hover over the map and click on those communities, and every video that we've created about the community, or any home tours we've done, or any videos where we've just talked and shared information, will all come up, and you will be able to explore what I am talking about when I am saying Avamore is just amazing, Terraview amazing, Legacy amazing. You guys, the communities in Eagle, Idaho are just something to behold. So definitely scan this QR code and visit our website. And hey, if you're thinking about relocating here, we're the #1 relocation team. You definitely are going to want to give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email. We've got your back when you relocate to the Treasure Valley, Idaho. Reason number 4, and you can lay your head down on your pillow at night and get some really good rest knowing that Eagle, Idaho is super safe. I mean, super duper safe. Okay, So we just got back from a trip to California, and I forgot how different it is walking around in the suburbs or at a park in California versus pretty much anywhere here in the Treasure Valley, Idaho, but especially in Eagle, Idaho. You guys, when I take my kids to the park in Eagle, Idaho, I am not looking over my shoulder. My heart's not pounding because I'm not worried about someone coming up and grabbing one of my kiddos or grabbing my bag or my purse. As a matter of fact, when and if I do have a purse on me, which is super rare, I leave it on the bench at the park while I am playing with my kiddos. I even leave a picnic basket with our food and our snacks or whatever it is. And I am not worried about what happens to my stuff. As a matter of fact, when Ken and I film, we leave our cars unlocked and the rest of our gear in the car, sometimes at the front door, and it never ever gets messed with. It does not get touched. When we left for California, we put our trash cans out and we did not ask a neighbor to pick up our packages because we do not worry. I live in Eagle, Idaho. We do not worry about our neighbors or people around us knowing that we are out of town. We do not have to worry about those things. To even try to begin to explain to you how different it feels. I mean, God designed us to be able to protect ourselves and have an instinct for our surrounding and what is going on around us. To be able to live life without that being heightened and your cortisol being through the roof all the time, it is the biggest blessing. I cannot even describe what it's like. The other crazy thing that I forgot about is that not only do I just feel like my surroundings are safe and I'm not worried about our things being stolen or someone kidnapping my kiddos, I forgot what it feels like to just assume that everyone around me and in my environment has my back too. If anything were to happen. In California, someone approaches you in the parking lot at a grocery store, you're gonna be like, where's my whistle? Where's my bear spray? Where's my whatever? You're on guard. Here, someone approaches you in the parking lot at the grocery store, it's because they're gonna offer to help you load your groceries or pick up something heavy or put your cart away while you're putting your toddler or your grandchild in their car seat. You don't get the fear or the hair standing up on your back when someone is walking close to you or approaching you. You just get the vibe that oh, they're coming to help or coming to talk, or maybe they recognize me and I'm not petrified that they're approaching me in public. It is so different. There are streets here that have very, very low speed limits. I'm talking you're gonna be pumping the brake because even your car's just natural cruise speed is too fast. The police here have all the time in the day to write you tickets for it. So just follow the speed limits because that's about as high as their task list goes much of the day, all right? And yeah,
That's how we do it here in Idaho.
It's how we do it
drive
here.
the speed limit.
Speaking of, Ken, retired detective back here, nodding his head as I'm talking about safety. Leave a comment thanking Ken for his service, because y'all know that it had to have been pretty intense and stressful and hard at times for Ken back here to be a detective in California. Reason number 5, and you guys are gonna wanna pay close attention. Ooh, it's making me dizzy. You're gonna wanna pay close attention to this one. You guys, the recreation that we have in Eagle, Idaho is, even if you're not an outdoor person, okay, how can I explain this? We have a literal river running through the Treasure Valley, Idaho, and your access to the literal river that runs through the entire Treasure Valley in Eagle, Idaho is absolutely incredible. It's great for going on walk, for taking a picnic basket and going out and having some lunch, for fly fishing, for swimming, for whatever you want to do in a river, floating, anything that you can even think of. Even if you're not a person who is super adventurous, just having it is so beautiful. It improves your dining experience. If you're going to be eating at a restaurant, we have so many dining options on the river. And what is so crazy about it is nothing here is super crowded. We actually had clients who were looking between here and parts of Salt Lake, and they were huge outdoor enthusiasts. The reason why they picked Eagle, Idaho is because they said, we can just walk up to the river with our dog and take our dog anywhere, and we're not gonna have people around us. Literally in our suburb, like there's just a spot for our dog to splash and play and catch a ball. We don't have to worry about him shaking out his water and splashing everybody. Like we drive to a spot and we have a spot. It's just not crowded, which is so incredible to me. Like 4th of July, when I was growing up, if you were going to go somewhere outdoors or to a park, you had to get there super early in the morning or have a family member go save a spot. It is not like that here because we have so much outdoor recreation available that nothing is just overly crowded. We've also got the foothills, which you have access to in the Treasure Valley no matter where you are. But Eagle, Idaho is the suburb outside of Boise itself that is actually butted into the foothills, up against the foothills, inside the foothills, depending on which part of Eagle, Idaho, and we'll help you navigate and figure all of that out when you reach out to us to relocate here. We can help you understand which part of Eagle, Idaho, because it's a pretty large suburb, makes the most sense for you and your family. But pretty much no matter where you are, you're either going to enjoy the beauty of them or living in them. We have a ton of BLM land. So you can literally get off of work or go out in the evening after having a nice full day and go hiking, hunting, fishing. All of it is just untouched, beautiful, raw, natural land. We've got the Eagle, Idaho State Park. So literally you can go to get your coffee and go across the street to the park. You can go kayaking in the winter time. They've got sledding in there. You can go on a walk, whatever it is. There are community events there. It's incredible. And again, because it's so safe, you're not looking over your shoulder. The amount of parks that we have in Eagle, Idaho is insane. The access you have to go skiing, you can literally just drive in the evening. It's a 30 to 45 minute drive and go skiing. We've got night skiing, that's at Bogus Basin. You're super close and you have great access to that. We also have this huge bike park. One of my cousins is a big mountain biker, and mountain biking, you guys, in Eagle, Idaho is a big deal. It's just a big deal all over Idaho. Our bike park is so epic that my cousin, who lives in California, comes out here every year and takes a vacation just so he can go to the Eagle Bike Park and out into the rest of God's country that we have here and go mountain biking. The vacation has literally, it's for the bike park, because you guys, sometimes he comes, and if you're watching this video, he comes and doesn't always see us or spend time with us because he just wants to get in all his mountain biking. So you guys, so much beautiful recreation, and just God's country here is loud and proud. All right, reason number 6, and maybe if I was putting these in order, I might have said reason number 1. It's the people, the community. You guys, there are keyboard warriors on the internet that will be like, if you're relocating here, you're ruining Eagle, Idaho, go away, move somewhere else, don't come here. But when you're actually here, that's just not a thing. Almost everyone in Eagle, Idaho was either from another part of the Treasure Valley and their goal was one day to relocate to Eagle, Idaho, or they have relocated here and they are coming here because they want something that is really nice, really special, and they have a goal to keep it that way. So Eagle, Idaho, the people are absolutely incredible. And you guys, you know, I've got my introverted times where I'm a homebody and I really like being at home and just with my family. But I do believe that God designed us to be in community with one another. And you do get the vibe here that everyone else feels that way too, and is really intentional about being a member of the community and building community with one another. So my advice to you is take care of your neighbor, love your neighbor. They're gonna love on you. They're gonna wanna take care of you too. Have each other's back when it comes to plowing snow, taking care of each other when you're out of town or snowbirding away. The community here is amazing. Tap into the events, tap into your neighbors. You're not going to regret choosing to relocate to Eagle, Idaho based on the community. The people are wonderful. And speaking of that, we know the different energy and people in the little different clusters all over the Treasure Valley. And that's another thing that we love helping people with. So definitely reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email, and we'll spend some time really getting to know you, and we can help connect you with your people, your church, whatever it is. We love helping you build community here in Eagle, Idaho. All right, y'all, we got number 7, but we realized we're going to have a number 8. So we're gonna have a bonus one right after this because there's just something about Eagle that we gotta share with you, and it's not gonna fit in number 7. So stay tuned for the bonus. All right, reason number 7, I need to dive into housing, because if you're thinking about relocating here, you need to have a good idea and understanding of what the neighborhoods and houses are like. Okay, you guys, houses, hands down, Eagle, Idaho takes the cake. I have mentioned before on this channel that when you're driving around and I'm talking about farm country, you might be picturing these little quaint farm houses from the 1940s out on some property. No, Eagle, Idaho crushes it when it comes to farmhouses. I am talking beautiful estate homes, absolutely stunning properties, stunning custom homes. You guys, the vibes are just different. Everything is elevated to the next level in Eagle, Idaho when it comes to your custom homes or your big sprawling luxury homes. It's also elevated when it comes to property. We have more property for each house here in Eagle, Idaho than any other suburb. So if you're looking for your acreage, or you're just looking for larger lots, or you're wanting to have a hobby farm or whatever it is, you're going to probably find it here in Eagle, Idaho. I mentioned that we've got the really established communities. So if you're into mature landscaping and you want those big lush trees and you want to have less home per community, you're probably going to find it in Eagle, Idaho. And if you are looking for a exquisite master planned community, it's going to be here. So if you want something that's got golf cart parades and community pickleball events or chili cook-offs, Eagle, Idaho is the place where it's going to happen. The communities here even have lifestyle coordinators, you guys, that will help you create a book club or a hunting group or Bible study or moms with kids or retirees or whatever it is, quilting, you name it. There is a house and a community and a lifestyle literally for everyone here in Eagle, Idaho. As far as all of the suburbs go, you're looking at the highest price point here in the Treasure Valley, Idaho. But Eagle, Idaho has started to put in some more affordable housing. So if you're looking for something that's like a lock and leave situation, or you want a townhouse or a condo, we've got that now here in Eagle, Idaho too. You name it, you just gotta reach out. Okay, so now for bonus number 8, Ken said, we mentioned and talked about the outdoor recreation, but we didn't talk about like in general. You can literally move to Eagle, Idaho and stay in the bubble. And I feel like that's what most people do. Everything that you want is going to be right here in your bubble of Eagle, Idaho, even if you move out onto acreage or up into the foothills in all of Idaho. And I'm talking, we've got some major tourist areas like Sun Valley. We've got major tourist areas up in northern Idaho. In all of Idaho, one of our restaurants here in Little Eagle, Idaho is the #1 in alcohol sales and volume out of the entire state. It's not because people are big drinkers here, because I would say it's probably the opposite. It's because the food is so good and people are getting their cocktail there. Ken, come on, help me out. It's a very frequented, beautiful restaurant.
Beautiful restaurant. It's I wouldn't say upper class, but it's like, it's just a more elevated experience when you go there.
Yeah, elevated.
Love it.
Idaho elevated. Y'all, you can wear jeans, you can wear a gown, a cocktail dress, you can show up in sweats. Idaho, I love that about Idaho. Come as you are and go eat. The restaurants here are the best in the Treasure Valley, Idaho, in my opinion. I mean, we got downtown Boise has amazing restaurants too. But as far as the suburbs go, Eagle, Idaho has the absolute best restaurants. And I think numbers speak for themselves. When I found out that we had the most alcohol sales at this restaurant. It's Crave, and now we've got other ones competing with it, you guys. Coa del Mar is beautiful. I mean, I could go on and on. You don't have to leave. And then it's technically in Meridian, Idaho, but the villages are just down the street on our main road. Eagle, Idaho, all of your shopping, your clothes shopping, every grocery store, every farm stand, everything that you want, it's all right here. We've got hospitals, emergency rooms. It feels small, but you have access to every amenity and every amazing thing that you could ever want. So you guys, if Eagle, Idaho sounds like it might be number one on your list, or you need to navigate and help get a better understanding of the rest of the Treasure Valley, Idaho, definitely reach out, give us a call, shoot us a text, or write us an email. And until the next time, be blessed.